Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. We got some more first take here for you guys. Stephen A is going to be talking about the Suns and what's going on in the Heat. In the West. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. See what I got to say.
A 19-point win over the Detroit Pistons as the Nuggets ended their season-high 4-game losing streak. Jokic and the Nuggets take on the Knicks. That is tomorrow afternoon. The Denver Nuggets clinched the Northwest Division last night with their win over the Pistons. Denver has an 18% chance to reach the finals. That, according to our analytics here at ESPN. The rest of the West remains tight with the 4 through 10 seeds only being separated by just 4 games. The man of the hour, here he is.
I sort of wanted to go back real quick. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about this real fast here. I've done a couple of videos on the standings and everything. I would do them daily, but it changes all the time, so it's really hard for me to keep up like that. But we got the Nuggets at 1, Kings at 2, Grizz at 3, Suns 4, Clippers 5, Warriors 6, Wolves 7, Mavs 8, Lakers 9, Thunder 10. At the moment, the Lakers and Thunder are tied 34-36. Wolves and Mavs tied 35-35. Also 35-35. And that's really it. A couple of these teams, just like they said, are like 4 games from each other, but 1 game from playoffs, as well as like the play-ins are coming up here, so a very, very close race. I personally have either the Warriors or the Suns taking it all. Pause. If KD does come back, I just feel like both of those teams are really good. I mean, that's really all it is. I don't think the Nuggets are ready. They're still a pretty young team. Jokic is great, but I still don't think that they have that experience yet to win. The Kings, I don't think they're ready yet. Give them another year. The Grizzlies, they have some internal issues. If the Suns are healthy and KD is back and healthy and plays well, then the Suns are going to be an issue. I think the only thing that they need some help on is their bench. I feel like their bench is sort of lacking. I consider that they gave up so much for KD, but it's still a pretty good team. The Clippers, they are the Clippers, so they're going to perform well the first round, maybe the second round, and then after that, I don't think they'll do anything else. The Warriors are going to be great. Just like I stated, I think they're going to make it to the finals. I don't think the Wolves are ready yet. Luka and Kyrie haven't been playing. I wonder if they're going to come back this year. I believe so. I mean, well, this season. But if not, I don't think the Mavs are going to stick in the playoffs. I do think the Lakers are going to make it to the playoffs. And I don't think you want to see this team first round. There's a good chance we may be playing either the Nuggets or the Kings, just depending on where we land. But we could also be in the play-ins, and I believe if we make it out of the play-ins, then we're going to be a strong team to face. So we'll see about that, and I don't have confidence in the Thunder making it out of the play-in. Out of the play-ins. So I think they're going to lose right when they start the play-ins. But that's a little brief Western Conference breakdown. Sorry, that was a little long. Let's go ahead and continue.
And the rest of the West remains tight with the 4 through 10 seeds only being separated.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
I'm good.
Like, Molly, I don't know if you noticed, Molly. I mean,
some of us, like Kendrick and I, we have range, all right? So we can wear a lot of different looks.
Hurry up, bro.
This way. Who's the most dangerous?
On the floor, he has arguably been the best player on the floor on both ends of the floor. We see he has.
Who do you say?
It's now the Mavericks. I'm going with the Los Angeles Clippers.
He's saying,
Kawhi and
so he said the most dangerous team in the West are the Clippers. When everything is clicking, I agree that they are a great team, but when they're playing bad, they're playing awful. So, yeah.
Paul George, if it's any time for them to capitalize and reach the NBA Finals, or maybe even win the championship, it's now. The West has been too inconsistent. And when we look at Kawhi Leonard, his last 4 games, averaging over 31, he's been available. On the floor, he has arguably been the best player on the floor on both ends of the floor. We see he has his legs back up under him. We saw the dunk that he had about 2 nights ago. So when I look at this Clipper roster, I said this at the beginning of the season. When it comes to depth, they have one of the deepest rosters in the league, definitely in the Western Conference. When it comes to coaching, they check that box. It was about sacrificing for them. In the last 4 games, they're on a 4-game winning streak right now. And when I've saw a team that look like they're dedicated to winning. I'm seeing guys take lesser roles. I'm watching Zubac go out there and get double-doubles right now and anchor that defense in the middle. I'm watching guys on the perimeter defend finally. I'm watching Russell Westbrook pretty much play some damn good basketball at the point guard position. So when I look at the inconsistency of the Western Conference, the Clippers, Paul George and Kawhi, I believe it's their time to capitalize. They're my favorite to represent the
All
Western
right,
Conference.
we got it. Let's go ahead and
close out. I think that
what did he say?
very disgusting. Say this to you.
Conference, and they're going to make it to the NBA Finals.
I disagree.
Well, first of all, let me say this to you. I'm going to disagree with you, but I got to do so by still recognizing all your points are valid. I was sitting courtside in L.A. this past Saturday for the Knicks against the Clippers. And I must admit, I was very disgusted. I was very disgusted because even though Julius Randle, I mean, he showed up the next night against the Lakers. He didn't show up that day. They didn't have Jalen Brunson, of course. And obviously that was a big time problem for the New York Knicks. I'm tired of seeing Julius Randle with the ball in his hands to close out. I think he's got to put it in a guard's hand. Emmanuel, I'm of that.
All right, just real quick, I do disagree with what Perkins is saying about the Clippers. I just don't have faith in them. They are a team that has very high highs but very low lows. When you have to rely on Paul George, who I feel like is a known playoff seller, someone who really will perform well only in one series and then after that not play well. Same thing with Russ. I feel like that's an issue. Now, the Clippers do have a nice deep roster, but I don't think they have enough still. I just think that they haven't proven enough in playoff time that they can perform. And I think that has a lot to go with a lot of these teams. The Kings haven't proved that they perform. We're going to go towards the East and talk about Philadelphia. I don't think James Harden, who is a known seller, can help Joel Embiid win. That's just my opinion. I just don't think that they're ready.
Mindset, KP, I get it. Clippers are deep rock.
I'm skipping.
As I look at the Clippers, I understand how formidable they are.
Oh, he
I'm
said
not
in the
gonna be
Suns.
upset if they advance because that means I'll be in Southern California, which means I'm going to be smiling. I'm not going to have any complaints about that. But in the end, I still feel like if you're asking me, this is what it comes down to for me, KP, and that's why I'll put my selection on the line right now since you got the Clippers or whatever. If you're telling me, who do you want? Paul George and Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, I'm going to tell you I want Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's what the conference finals, the Western Conference Finals, came down to.
Well, first of all, this is not 2-on-2, okay? This is a team sport, not.
From top to bottom, I think that the Clippers have a better all-around roster because they, again, do have have Zubac, who has been playing well. A Norman Powell, who can hit a couple threes. Terrence Mann. Yeah, he's on the Clippers. He plays well as well. So I think top to bottom, the Clippers are very deep, have a great roster. But I still feel like that they will sell. Because they do it all the time. That's what the Clippers do. They are just... So the Clippers culture itself needs to be shifted.
Keep telling you that time and time again.
I'm skipping.
Force ones, the black was ready to get.
I don't care,
have
bro.
not been seeing from Kawhi Leonard and Paul George what you've been seeing. What I'm saying is that even though it takes a team, the bottom line is in the sport of basketball, once everybody knows what you're going to do schematically, once everybody knows what your game plan is and stuff like that, it's about giving somebody the basketball and saying, take me there. I'm talking key moments, not over the course of 48 minutes, but key moments. Kawhi Leonard is that dude. He's something special. We get the same from Paul George. What I'm telling you is I believe Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That's what I mean when I say what it's going to come down to. Now, granted, you might be able to point to Chris Paul and some dissipation because age and attrition has kicked in, and I get that reality as well. But in the end, I think what people are looking at when they see Phoenix is they see a two-headed monster and nothing else, and they thinking they don't have much. I think they have much. And in terms of DeAndre Ayton, last point, look, man, Giannis is Giannis, bro. That's his kryptonite. There is no doubt about that. DeAndre Ayton cannot mess with Giannis. Giannis proved that a couple of years ago in the finals. We understand that. There ain't no Giannis in the Western Conference.
That's true. I think that DeAndre Ayton has always had issues guarding Giannis. Giannis is tough to guard. And let me tell you why. He's a very athletic, big man. He will run into you. So he will force the ref to make a decision. I want to say 80% of the time, that will be a foul on the defense. That's how Giannis has always played. And I think it works well with Ayton because he's a clumsy big man, so it may look more like he's fouling than when Giannis does run into him. So I think it's a very interesting play style, but it will work against someone like DeAndre Ayton, who will constantly fall for the same thing over and over again. Let him run to the basket and try to fake body him up because he's looking for the content. Looking for the contact. Fake the content that will more often than not force them to miss the layup or force them to like the trip or just like whatever the case may be because they are looking for that impact, and you don't give them that impact, then that will usually throw off their layup. I think that is the best way to handle Giannis if I was DeAndre Ayton, because he can match up size-wise, but just athleticism and quickness, it just goes to Giannis.
That's all I'm saying.
Pick and rolls.
And damn sure ain't one on the Clippers.
Pick and rolls in the West.
And ain't no Giannis on the Clippers.
It's pick and rolls in the West.
I understand that. I agree. Yeah, but you talk.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Yeah, the pick and rolls will destroy DeAndre Ayton too, but that's no different from any other center big men in the West or East. Well, besides Giannis. So I don't think that the pick and roll is a fair, counter to that. But that's pretty much everything. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. We have another video dropping for you guys later on today, as well as I have a gaming channel linked in the